Welcome to Create, Build, Manage, the Entrepreneur's Toolbox.
Welcome to Create, Build, Manage on BizTV. I'm Kelli Phillips. Today, Dr. Bell is with us to tell us about Stemtree Education Center and his commitment to preparing tomorrow's leaders for their future careers. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more Create, Build, Manage. Our first guest is dedicated to preparing the next generation of leaders for successful careers. He's developed a unique education model focused on science, technology, engineering, and math. Please welcome Dr. Bell. And Dr. Bell, if you would tell us about this unique education model, what's it called and how did you come up with it?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for the invitation. My name is Abdelgani Bellaachia. I'm known for Bell. And I'm the founder and CEO of Stemtree. Stemtree is a K-12 STEM-focused after-school program. It's a product that took more than 25 years of our own experience in IT, in STEM education overall. And Stemtree was founded back in 2010 with a vision to empower both boys and girls in the space of STEM and hopefully help them becoming a decision makers and become whatever they want to be in their professional life.
Are you finding that more and more individuals, kids, are looking into careers involving STEM and even finding, science in everyday life?
STEM, our objective, of course, is not to graduate those elementary kids or middle school kids into getting a job, is by educating them in STEM. As you know, STEM in general is a space where it does help kids in problem solving, in critical thinking. And the best example I give to people is when you write a program, it's a logical, procedure in doing some actions. And that process can be applied to anything in life. Writing a book requires certain steps. And anything you want to do must and requires some logical thinking. And that's something that the kids can nurture and can improve by, through STEM activities, whether it's in coding or robotics or otherwise.
So STEM does not replace K through 12. It's an after school. Is it basically an enrichment program?
A very good question. So in this space, there are two types of businesses. Those that focus on tutoring and other franchises or businesses that focus on enrichment. Enrichment is basically an activity that the kids, they don't do much of it or they don't do it at schools. What we have done at Stemtree is we have developed 5 STEM programs, a science curriculum, coding, computer programming, robotics, electricity and electronics, and math. And with these 5 programs, Stemtree now offers its franchisees and the kids who visit Stemtree both tutoring as well as enrichment. And this is a big differentiating factor about Stemtree today in this space.
What are some of the requirements of opening a Stemtree Education Center? You have franchises available.
We started franchising back in 2016. We got our first franchise in 2017. Today we have around 30 locations nationwide, and we're about to sign up our first international franchisee. The requirements basically are very simple. And, as you know, the children after school care doesn't require much in terms of in terms of preparations, like unlike a restaurant business or otherwise. So basically, availability of fundings, number one. Two, believe and willing to inspire next generations of kids, and making a difference in and supporting the communities.
So can you talk a little bit about Stemtree's revenue streams that you have?
Very good questions. So because we are offering both tutoring as well as enrichment, Stemtree offers its franchisees what we call a 365 potential revenue to the business. We all know that basically every season or a school year has 4 seasons in it: back to school, winter, spring, and summer. And Stemtree offers enrollment opportunities to its franchisees at every season. Summer camps, we're very busy with summer camps, and Stemtree in Northern Virginia has been voted the best summer camp to go to 7 times, 7 years. The back to school has its own enrollment opportunities. So basically, Stemtree offers, as I mentioned, about potential revenues every single season of the year.
What are the class sizes that folks typically encounter within Stemtree during those different times?
One of the differentiating factors about Stemtree that I mentioned earlier is the fact that we are offering both tutoring as well as enrichment. A second differentiating factor about Stemtree today is its education model. What we have done, mainly in the enrichment space, is to be able to customize the learning for every kid. So today at Stemtree, we customize all our 5 programs to kids. So we have gone beyond the traditional classroom instructions. No matter how small or big the class, there are always kids who, some of them are ahead, some of them are struggling, some of them are kind of, average. So that education model has not worked. As I was a full-time professor at George Washington University for more than 15 years. I've taught generations of, coding, a lot of kids who came through our computer science department back then. And, you turn around, you don't find too many of them in the second year. And that model of classroom instructor, classroom sit-ins does not work. So what we have done, we've developed assessment in all our programs, customized learning plan for every kid. It gives a chance for the kids to work at their own pace and, progress in every single topic. And that has shown tremendous results. As you know, half of our kids are girls. And I think that model has contributed so much, in that.
I know that you kind of alluded to this, but in a general school setting, typically the teachers or the professors have to teach to the person or the average in that class. So Stemtree lets kids go at their own pace. Do they have guidance or a teacher or a point person where they are interacting with day in and day out? Or is this something that the kids do on their own?
As you know, whenever you introduce a new topic to a kid, a computer programming topic or a science topic or an electricity and electronic topics, kids definitely, most of the time don't have any idea what the topic is. So there is a one-on-one instructions that will offer kids to introduce the concept, to make sure they understand it, and then we'll give them space to do their own activities. For example, if in a robotic activities, we have developed, by the way, our own curriculum, and there are steps very clear for the kids to build their own robots. Well, the time the kids are building their robots, the instructors can go and help somebody else. And by the way, the detailed steps of the activities teach kids how to be patient, how to follow directions, and achieve their goals. So definitely there is a one-on-one instructions introducing the basic concepts, the science and engineering concept to the kids. And of course, the activities, while the kids are doing the activities, they are supervised by the instructors.
Dr. Bell, if you will, stick around. We've got more questions for you when we come back. And we're back with Dr. Bell to talk more about Stemtree. And Dr. Bell, if you would, talk about Stemtree and what support you offer for franchisees.
Of course, people come to franchising mainly for support, right? Our objective, of course, our success relies on the success of our franchisees. And therefore, as I tell all the franchisees, this is not a one transaction that you buy the franchise, which disappear and you're on your own. It's a minimum of a 5-year agreement that connect both of us as a family. And we are here and we always will be here to support our franchisees. One of the main things that we make sure that we offer our franchisees is to help them also have a life and sometimes, become and scale their business to become a multi-unit owner. And in order to do that, we have invested in a learning management system that is available to our franchisees to help them train their instructors. So they don't have to spend time sitting down with every single instructor they hire. As soon as they get an instructor, they invite them. It's a self-paced training. And as I tell them, training the instructors is one of the most important factors in the success of the business. Because you invest, you bring customers, and you need somebody to execute. You need somebody to take care of those little kids. The little kids middle school or older kids or high school kids are our real customers, and we need to make sure they are taken care of, and we make sure they are getting the service they need. And you can only do that when you train your instructors adequately. So all our instructors must take a day-to-day training, day-to-day operations to help franchisees run their business semi-absentee or scale it to become even fully absentee.
So can Stemtree be run in semi-absentee?
Absolutely. And thanks to the LMS that we have, and we tell them how to be able to, franchisees also have their life, have their families, have their kids. They want to take their kids to soccer activities, or they want to have their early dinner, or they want to travel. They're not going to be, stuck at the business 24/7, 7 days a week. So definitely the business can be run as a semi-absentee and can be also scalable.
So what are you looking for when it comes to franchisee candidates?
It's a very good question. I've always get these questions, and unlike other types of franchises, I tell everybody who's interested in franchising that we all have gone through this in our lives as kids and with our kids, if we have kids or nieces and nephews. So people who we don't have like a prototype or a profile of a person. It's not like home services or this is somebody, we're looking for somebody who like education, who would like to make a difference in their communities, support families, working families and non-working families, people who have a passion for education, and of course, having the fundings to develop and run the business.
You mentioned that this is a 5-year plan.
One of the things we have done is, number one, the franchising agreement is for 5 years. So number one, after 5 years, you don't need, if you would like to renew and you're in a good standing, we don't charge you. There are no renewal fees. That's number one. Number two, the franchising agreement is for 5 years, but things happens in life, and if somebody needs to, terminate, we don't penalize them. And one of the nice things about franchising is you can build equities in your business, and if you want to sell it, you can always sell it anytime, and we don't get any percentage of that sale.
So what kind of success are you currently seeing in your franchises?
As you know, Merchant brand, today we have like 30 locations, and we, have seen a tremendous growth in the business. In 2023, we have doubled the average royalty revenues from our franchisees from 2022. Today, we have franchisees who are breaking even within less than 6 months. We have franchisees who are now getting closer to the type of revenues that you will see from the corporate locations. So we're very happy that we are spreading the science and engineering. We're making a difference throughout the whole country. We're in more than 17 states nationwide. So I think that's, the hard work of our franchisees and of our team.
Where does your passion for STEM come from?
Oh, that's a very sensitive thing. Questions close to my heart. I would say when I was even in the middle school, I used to tutor my cousins, my siblings. I came from a large family, 6 kids. I was the oldest and clearly the one that trying to educate everybody. My dad passed away, and one of the things he gave us was to believe in education. Grew up in a very poor families, but one of the things my dad has always done and gives is anything we need for education. May not buy a pair of shoes extra, but never say no for a book. Make us believe that education makes a huge difference in our lives. So, been in math and science high school as a GT kid, and with a bachelor and a master's in electrical engineering and computer science. I remember my first project in electrical engineering. I still dream about it, and has changed my life in believing that STEM is everything, engineering is everything. And was able to get the not lucky, but hard work to get a Fulbright scholarship that helped me come to the US to do another master's and a PhD in computer science. So over maybe I would say 17 years of education in STEM has changed my life. Makes, helped me develop the love of STEM, the love of making sure that other kids are also getting the chance maybe to become to whatever they want to be. So more than 25 years of education experience as a full-time professor at George Washington University, as I mentioned earlier. I was a CTO, had my own IT consulting. So this is something that is close to my heart. This is something I believed in. And one of the things that I've tried to do is make sure that the kids, not only they are having fun, but they are also learning the fundamentals of STEM through what they love to do is to have fun and build and hands-on activities.
Well, Dr. Bell, hopefully your franchisees have as much passion as you do, because if they do, then the kids that are enrolled in Stemtree are truly getting a blessing. If folks want more information about Stemtree or even to become a franchisee, how do they get in touch with you?
www.stemtree.com. That's our website. We have all the information they need there. And they have our phone number there, the contact information. And please reach out to us. You can also call 877-200-7836 or contact me directly, stem@stemtree.com.
Dr. Bell, thank you so much for sharing your story. We truly appreciate it, and best of luck in future success.
And I want to thank you so much for this invitation and giving me a chance to present Stemtree and to everybody. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining me today for BizTV's Create, Build, Manage. Episodes of Create, Build, Manage are available on demand on the free BizTV streaming app. Visit watch.biztv.com and get BizTV programming anytime, anywhere. Stay tuned to BizTV for more stories that educate, enlighten, and empower.